Alright, so let's take a look at Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order running on the cloud, on the Shadow Cloud PC, the boost package with the Quadro P5000 and the Intel Xeon processor. You'll be able to see exactly what that is when I pull up the MSI Afterburner numbers for you here. This is part of a series of videos I'm going to do benchmarking a lot of different games on Shadow for the boost package. Now we are going to be running full screen 1440p, 144 frames per second, VSync off, dynamic resolution off, and high quality preset, as that seems to get us closest to that 60 frames per second that I can get.
This isn't good. With the defenses they got, our usual tricks just aren't gonna.
So yeah, I was
What are you thinking?
quite surprised how well this game is actually running on here. Now, if you were 1080p, you could definitely go ahead and bump up to Epic and stay well above your 60 frames per second with no problem. But I do all of my gaming at 1440p here on my curved 27-inch monitor, and if I were to play on my TV, it would be 4K. So I really don't have any places that I really play 1080p anymore. So all of my benchmarks for the most part will be for 1440p, but if you see something that you would like to know how it runs in 1080p, go ahead and throw me a comment and I'll see what I can do to get a video up for you.
Lend me your
So
strength.
this happens to be a pretty cool cutscene here, so I figured it'd be a nice place to start us off, and then once we land down on the planet and get some gameplay going on, I will bring up MSI Afterburner for you. So on this boost package, we're also running the 12 gigabytes of 2400 megahertz RAM with the system, and that's the 256 gigabyte hard drive. I'm still waiting for them to re-release the storage upgrades. I have to keep downloading only 1 or 2 games at a time and then deleting them to do things on Shadow, but the service continues to work very, very well for me. I know the top 2 tiers are sold out till next year apparently, but the boost tier is still available for activations beginning in June, I believe. When I signed up for mine 4 or 5 weeks ago, luckily it was still in the 4-day activation window before they got super busy and before the lockdown started. So
whatever happens in there and whatever you see, don't worry about me. Just get it and get out.
Close in on the fortress.
It's time.
So I figured we'd start off with Star Wars games. This one and then my next benchmark I'm going to throw out either later tonight or tomorrow will be for Star Wars Battlefront 2. I just figured since Shadow had that Shadow Strikes Back Star Wars-esque thing going on for their new package launch, I'd go ahead and start us off with 2 really good Star Wars games as our first benchmarks for Shadow PC Boost package. And you can just see how smooth everything is actually running here too. A lot of this game felt pretty darn close to local to me, and was running really, really good. It really, except for the CPU issues that this build has, it was really giving my RTX 2060 a run for its money. But my CPU, my Ryzen 3600, does pretty much destroy this Xeon processor, which I show in the past 2 Shadow videos, the deep dive and the 2 weeks in. Go check those out if you haven't. There's a ton of information in there about the Shadow service. So I've got MSI Afterburner also showing the 8 cores, or the 8 threads, because this is a 4-core processor. Now it used to be you've got an 8-core processor with the P5000, and they advertise that as a 4K 60, and there's some YouTube videos out there showing that package and showing things like Grand Theft Auto running in 4K at 60 frames a second or a little higher, but that resolution, that performance is not going to happen with this 4-core CPU that they've now packaged in with the P5000. And this game happens to use a good bit of CPU power, so this is a good example also. Just like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, this is a really good example of showing what the CPU is up to. This P5000, even at 1440p, could definitely push more frames if it had a beefier, faster, higher core count processor paired with it. Alright, so we'll make our way inside here, and you can check out the gameplay. Go ahead and watch the rest of this for a little while, see what the performance is like while we're running around in here, and I'll jump back in here towards the end, and we'll talk a little bit more about this benchmark and shadow.
Airlock 8 is clear. Listen to that water dripping. Hey, Stormtrooper, how do you handle that? I'd be around to the fresher every couple minutes. Hey, you hear me? Huh? Heads up! You got it! Destroy him! Yeah, I got it! Hurry, end it! That can beat him.
Cal, you there?
Yeah. Good to hear your voice, Seer.
I've located the holocron. Sending you the location now.
Got it. We're on the move.
Intruder, do not run.
Lock door, meet BD-1.
Surveying opponent's position. You will regret that.
Bitches! He got our droid support down. He's picking us off! You can't vanquish me! I'll get you! On my way! Back up, I've got this. Smash him! He's moving! Moving into attack! We can do it! Let's take him on! Blocking attack! Can't stand against us. Get up here! I've got this! Weaken up! Got me! Fear us!
Another!
Approach with caution! Won't kill me! Attack him quickly! We'll survive much longer! We've got this! Get the enemy! He can't beat all of us. Get him out. Intruder, I guess we're out of range support? To enjoy this.
This place is where the Empire created the Inquisitors. They tortured Seer and turned Trilla to the dark side. Let's tear it down, BD-1.
Adversary inbound. Loud and clear. I can't land a hit.
Dodge detected.
If he gets away, Command will kill us.
Smashing opponent. You will regret that.
Seer, I've cleared out this area, but the Empire sealed me in. Any ideas?
Cal, look for a control room. I've got a plan.
I think I'm standing in one. Whoa, see that, BD?
Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the rest of the gameplay, and thanks for hanging out for the whole video if you made it this far. You know, besides just doing the benchmark, this is a fantastic game. If you're a Star Wars fan, I really don't think you'll be disappointed. I realize some of it gets a little bit puzzly. Some guys just, you know, I know some players just want to run around with the lightsaber and have a bunch of fun, and that is awesome too. But there are some Tomb Raider-esque type elements in here, a little bit of puzzles and thinking and different ways you got to run around the maps to kind of unlock and get to everything. But really a great Star Wars game. I really enjoy Battlefront 2. I didn't like it the first year it was out. I really like it now. That's why I'm doing it next. And this game has been great. I really have enjoyed this game. I was a big fan back in the day of Star Wars The Force Unleashed. And obviously this is a little bit different, but it gets me kind of close to that feel sometimes when I'm playing. So yes, I had no problems. I've been playing a bunch of different games on Shadow. I'm going to be just kind of doing a whole series here of benchmarking games. So now I'll benchmark on Shadow Boost package. I will benchmark on my RTX 2060 build, and I will benchmark on my AMD 4100 1050 Ti build for the fun of it. I seem to get a lot of people that want to know how games will run on that processor, and hopefully I will also get my AMD 8320 build going again soon and get some benchmarks going for that. And also, of course, a ton of cloud gaming services and cloud PC stuff, videos that I'm trying to work on and get out for you. But there will be a steady flow. There's always something to work on, and there's a ton going on right now. So definitely be a lot on the way. But yeah, game ran super smooth, ran great on Shadow. I had no latency issues, no lag issues. Everything just did a really good job and ran great for me. So definitely check this out if you get a chance, and sign up for Shadow if you can. Alright, thanks a lot for checking out this video. Please subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, give the video a thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks a lot, and I'll catch you in the next one.